Okay, my bad, guys. I think I had to start my live over because my title was a little too vulgar for YouTube, I guess. I don't know how. A little bit, guys. So if you guys did return, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. YouTube is definitely trying to censor your boy right now for talking about this topic. So, typical YouTube. But yeah, guys, we're gonna just continue where we left off, I guess. We're gonna be reacting to Piers Morgan. This is about free speech when it comes to the use of the N word. Yeah, guys, I had to I had to change my title. So this actually is a call-in show today, guys. So like and subscribe, and if we get to 50 likes, guys, we definitely can do the call-in show. So I definitely want to do this call-in show with you guys. It's been a very, very long time since I did it with you guys. Yeah, they're censoring me a lot, guys. But while we wait to get those likes up and those subscriptions up when it comes to the call-in show, guys, we can react to this Piers Morgan video because I definitely found it very interesting. Um, I heard there's a lot of crazy takes in this one. Now, I believe this is I don't really know who this lady is, Lily Gaddis. And then you have this guy, who was this guy? Ricky Shiloh? I don't really know who these people are. You got Myron Gaines, and yeah. So I guess we're just gonna be talking about the use of the N-word, guys. So make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new. I definitely had to change the title, guys. And we are doing a call-in show today, guys. So if you want me to hear your opinions, guys, please get those likes to 50, and then we can open up the call line. So, guys, let's get right into it while we wait.
The way things are going, you're going to make a millionaire out of a woman who racially abused a child.
Did you call the child word? It is my own business.
So put in chat, what do you guys feel about the N-word? What do you guys feel about the N-word? How do you guys feel about it? Do you guys feel like it's overrated at this point? Do you guys feel like it's still offensive to people? What do you guys feel?
You call him a
What you're advocating for, it seems, is that for the rest of Shiloh's life, she should be canceled and silenced rather than try to bring some redemption into the situation.
If you call black people the N-word and racially abuse them, unfortunately, yes, it has consequences.
Everyone's flipping out over Shiloh Hendricks and saying the N-word. Nobody flipped out like this when the United States was getting destroyed
What's going
in
on,
2020 because
guys?
of black protesters.
First of all, guys, I'm not Duke Dennis, okay? I appreciate that. But yes, guys, man, welcome to the live stream, guys. How do you guys feel about the N-word? I made a poll in the last stream, but I think they took me down because my title was a little too vulgar for YouTube. Yeah, man. Y'all want me to play World War III?
Destroy every liberal city in America, so I don't want to hear it.
And guys, hit that like button, guys, so we can get the call line up. We need 50 likes to open up the call line, guys. Let's do it.
About, she made $500,000 because she said the N-word. Who cares?
I want to live in a country.
If you can raise over $500,000 for a legit murderer, I don't think a lady saying the N-word is that bad. That's just my opinion on it, but I'm going to give my take on this later. But that's just my take off the back. Nobody died, even when it comes to the Rodney Hinton situation. Like, dude, you guys are trying to raise money for a person that ran over an innocent police officer? You people are insane. What's wrong with you Negroes?
Country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly, and
right, it's free speech at the end of the day. Now, granted, she shouldn't have been arguing with a child, But at the end of the day, I mean, it is still free speech. The parents was not around. So it's like, where's the parents at when it comes to the accountability? And if this kid was 5 years old with autism, isn't that like, you know, child abandonment or something like that? Shouldn't DCFS be called? I'm not a fan of George Floyd at all. George Fentanyl, I'm not a fan of him. Okay, guys? So please do not spam George Floyd in that chat.
Well, go on and say it. Say the N-word. Go on.
No.
No.
We don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it.
If somebody donate $1,000, I'll say the N-word right now. No, I'm joking. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
Two recent stories in the US have laid bare the shocking levels of racial division in American society, amplified by extreme and viral takes on social media.
The kid wasn't 5. I agree, Hope. That kid was not 5 years old. That kid was like damn near Shaq height. The kid had to have been at least, I'll say at least 6 to 8 years old, guys. That kid was huge. Now, we broke that video down when it, you know, when it came to Shiloh, Hendricks and stuff like that. Yeah, if you guys want me to react to the Kanye one too, guys, I will, okay? I'll do that. But you guys have to hit that like and subscribe button, guys. We got to get it to at least 52 as well to open up the call line.
Media. 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony is a black teenager charged with stabbing a white boy to death at a school track meeting in April.
I seen Ye and Sneeko. It was, he said he just walked out, yeah. I'm not Duke. You know what? If I look like Duke Dennis so much, how about you guys just send it to him and we could just debate about stuff? I don't know. I think Duke Dennis is older than me. Now I think about it.
April, more than $600,000 in donations have poured in, not for the victim's grieving family, but for his alleged killer. Last week, Shiloh Hendricks went viral after a video showed the young mother racially
Is
abusing
the
a
N-word
5-year-old,
still offensive,
allegedly
ladies and gentlemen?
stealing
Yes or no?
from her
Should I
young
make a
child.
poll? Put a 1 in the chat if I should make a poll, guys. Is the N-word still offensive? Yes or no? You guys got to let me know. And make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. If we get to 50 likes, guys, I will open a call line and I can hear you guys' opinion about the N-word being used in America. Because me personally, I don't really care. I don't really care. Like, if somebody called me an N-word, I mean, it's not really going to offend me at all. I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm going to just be honest with you guys. Spam what you guys believe. If a white person called you an N-word, how does that really affect your life? And then we're going to get into the real origin of the N-word, guys. I really can't say what I want to say because, you know, we're on JubeTube. You know, them boys be working. I mean, it's free speech in America, man. Black people say it all the time. But yeah, guys, like and subscribe so we can get that call line up. 50 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Stop playing.
Call him a child?
Subscribe, man.
Did you call the child word? It is my own business. You call him a okay.
And let it be known, this guy that was recording, he actually's a PDF file. So let's not get confused here, guys. The person who was recording this Shiloh Hendricks guy, and that's what I was saying, Shiloh Hendricks low-key could have been a hero. She could have been a hero. She could have been like, what you doing around these kids? And then they could have looked this guy up and seen that he was a PDF file. He shouldn't even be around kids. What you doing around kids? You feel what I'm saying? You should be in jail. But yeah, guys, I believe in free speech. And me personally, it doesn't offend me. That's just me personally. And then I've done a little research, guys. Now bear with me. The N-word, ninja, or we're just going to say ninja, okay? We're just going to use that. The word ninja originally meant an ignorant person, right? But in the year 1997, well, between 1997 and the early 2000s, they changed the definition from an ignorant person to a black person. Do anybody remember? Because I remember when I was looking through a dictionary when I was young, and when I was just like, you know what, just let me look it up. You know what I'm saying? Just let me look up the word ninja, you know. And I looked it up, and I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with black folks. This just says an ignorant person, literally. So when I'm looking at it, I believe that y'all know who changed it. Come on, y'all know exactly who changed it. But it is proof that the definition of the word ninja or the N word, the hard R. We're just gonna say hard R, guys. Hard R has been changed between the year 1997 and the early 2000s. Do anybody else remember that though? I just want to see if anybody else remembers that.
Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Huh? All right, that's what you say. Nobody digging into your shit.
I mean, I can say nigga, but I mean that's people feel like that's a different term from the word from ER. You know how these stupid people is, man. I mean, if I say nigga, it's not really gonna really like, you know, cause I'm talking about the hard R. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah. But guys, we need 25 more likes to get that call line open, and then we can hear your opinion about it. And we got Melissa Marvelous in the chat, guys. Let's go. So she will drop the call line for you guys if we get to 50 likes, guys. So let's do it.
That little kid, you call him the little child?
What if he acts like one? He's gonna.
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old.
Well, as you can see, Hendricks doesn't deny using the slur. In fact, she repeats it many times. That's all the stuff that's bleeped out. When a bystander in the park follows her with his smartphone. Hendricks set up a fundraiser on the same website as Carmelo Anthony's supporters, on which she wrote, "I called the kid out for what he was."
Now that I don't agree with, guys. That I don't know. And listen, it ain't got really nothing to do with color, but we have to break down that context when she says that. Now, me personally, when she says I was calling the kid out for what he is, right? Now, granted, I mean, the kid don't look 5, so he definitely looked like he has some sense in what he was doing. But the thing is, when you say you were calling the kid for what he was, what do you mean by that? Like what? Okay, let's say the kid was stealing, right? Oh, I'm calling the kid for what he is because he was stealing my bag. You think Hispanics don't steal? You think white folks don't steal? You think Asians don't steal? All races steal. So, and then that just shows that anybody can be a hard R. You feel what I'm saying? Because ultimately, hard R means an ignorant person. It doesn't mean a black person. I don't know why they changed that definition. But when I looked in the dictionary, it didn't mean, oh, a black person who's oppressed and all this other garbage that they got in Webster. Now, it's stupid.
Incredibly, that campaign has now raised more money than the first one, surpassing $655,000 at the time of taping the show. Well, the boss of the website, Give, Send, Go, is accused of facilitating brazen racism on a platform whose motto is "Money is temporary, Jesus is eternal." He will join me later.
How do you guys feel about the N-word, man? Are you still offended by the N-word? If a white person call you a hard R right now, are you going to fight them? Or are you just going to continue with your business? I mean, me personally, what do you have to gain from that? You're going to fight this person all because of what? They called you a name? Just call them an N-word back. Now what? Let's go.
Me later. Liberals say this is exactly what they've been warning about.
Bro, I'm way more based than Myron, bro. I hate to admit it. Now he's based when it comes to the Jews, bro. But it's like, you're not, I mean, everybody know that the Jews run everything. You feel what I'm saying? So if you do speak up about the Jews, yeah, you do kind of, you know, suffer the consequences. But that's just allegedly, though, guys. We're just going to say allegedly, guys. But yeah, man, I'm way, way more based than Mike, bro. I was based on Fox. I was doing an interview with Kayleigh McEnany, right, on Fox News, and I was calling out Brandon Johnson for the garbage that he was. And I said on Fox, guys, in front of millions of people live, I said, just because he's a black guy, I said it just like that, just because he's a black guy, I put emphasis on black, you know, that doesn't mean that his approval rating isn't like below 6%. These people can't stand Brandon Johnson here in Chicago. So yeah, man, if you guys want to check out all of my interviews on Fox News, I think I've done like 4 with Laura Ingraham, guys. They love me on there. Yeah, guys, it's the real deal over here, man. But yeah, like and subscribe. We almost at 50, guys. I want to open this call line because I want to hear what you guys got to say. Definitely the haters, all the haters. We kind of mixed up today in the chat, guys. We kind of mixed up in the chat.
Post-BLM backlash, the crushing of DEI has provided a fig leaf for outright bigotry. Conservatives were similarly outraged.
Now look, just because I was on Fox News, do not, because look, guys, I know Fox News be riding Israel's, you know what, but I'm not like that, bro, because I do call out what Bibi Netanyahu was doing to those kids when it comes to Gaza. Everybody knows, like, when it comes to Gaza, majority of the population was women and children. The people that was, you know, in Hamas, they were kind of hiding inside of the civilization within Gaza. But we have to admit that they did elect Hamas in 2001. So that's not really our, you know, problem. Just trying to, you know, just being honest there, guys. But yes, Gaza, they elected Hamas back in 2001, and they've had power ever since. No, it was in 2001. It wasn't in 2005. It was definitely in 2001. BO2 is definitely the best COD, bro. I'm not arguing. My brother be saying, "Oh, it's Modern Warfare 3." Are you crazy? But we not gonna sidetrack, guys. WBO2 though, for sure.
Support for
especially the no. Black Ops 3 had the best zombies. I will give them that. But Black Ops 2 had Mama dead though. I don't know, guys. I'm not getting into gaming right now.
Anthony, an alleged murderer who's been glorified by some as a victim of a racist system. We're here to debate all this. As
Cold War is okay. Guys, do not. Okay, come on. We not doing gaming. Please. Y'all gonna sidetrack me.
the host of the Fresh and Fit podcast, Myron Gaines.
That boy Myron in the building.
Mark Lamont Hill. Lily Gaddis, a social media.
This guy is a freaking crybaby. You know he a race beta.
The commentator whose video defense of the N-word mother has so far been viewed millions of times on X, and the New York Post columnist and author Ricky Schlott. Well, welcome to all of you.
Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe, guys. We need 10 more likes to open that call line up.
Houses, right? I
want to hear your thoughts.
To society.
We need the haters, guys.
Have such vast sums of money being raised for what seems to me to be deliberate, racially charged motivational reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're fighting ugly with ugly right now, and I think this level of racial tribalism and hostility is just simply not sustainable in such a diverse democracy like America. I think it's, one is really a reaction to the other. I think both campaigns are really hideous, and I think we're showing our ugliest colors. I mean, in the scheme of things, these are small sums relative to the population of America, but you do see, I think, a really tremendous explosion of ugliness and racial hostility that I think that we should all be ashamed and embarrassed of.
Yeah, I mean, you described it, I think.
First of all, ain't nobody... What? You people are crazy, man. Look, just hit that like and subscribe button. I was about to respond to a comment, but these comments you guys got today are insane.
I think one of your posts is genuinely, is this a psyop? This would be the best $1 million invested by a foreign adversary to start a race war in America. I knew exactly what you were getting at, because
You got to think about it though. The Shiloh Hendricks didn't hurt anybody. I mean, she probably hurt some feelings, but what did the guy from The Hangover say? The Chinese guy, did you die? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you die though? You know, nobody died. You know, Austin Metcalf is dead. You know, Larry Henderson, the officer that got ran over by Rodney Hinton because he's insane. Yeah, he's dead. He can't wake up tomorrow. He can't, breathe fresh air. He can't see his kids. Austin, he can't see his brother. He can't see his family. This freaking Carmelo Anthony dude, don't honestly, he needs to be in prison. He already has been charged with murder. I don't know how they reduce his bond, but to go from $1 million to $250,000, that's absolutely crazy. Okay, guys, we have 50 likes. Can my moderator please drop the call line, guys? We about to open the call line up. Okay, but let's continue.
I think the comments have now been suspended actually on both of these funding pages, because people were quite obviously deliberately misusing them to post race baiting commentary.
Absolutely. I mean, if you go through some of the on either of them, you have White Lives Matter on one side, and like suggestions that the teenage boy who was stabbed was somehow like a manifestation of white supremacy, and it seems to be just a fight at a track meet that has nothing to do with racial hostility in the first place. And the poor father of this young man who died too said, please don't make this into a racial issue. And yet
but you see the black folks like this Dominique Alexander dude, the Next Generation Action Network, that stupid guy. Yeah, thanks Melissa. Let me pin that. Okay, so that Dominique Alexander guy, right? He's not even a lawyer though. He's not even representing the family. I guess he's just there for comfort or something like that. And I guess this organization helped Carmelo Anthony raise more money to his gifts send go. And it's absolutely ridiculous, man. Okay. How am I Hitler when I'm a fucking ninja? Shout out Kanye, man. They saying I'm acting like Hitler, but how am I acting like Hitler when I'm a fucking
on his own Give Send Go campaign, there are comments after comments saying this is White Lives Matter, we're avenging against Carmelo Anthony's family. I mean, on all ends, this is ugly. I think that.
But that's the thing, though. If they can get away with Black Lives Matter, why can't white people get away with White Lives Matter? It kind of is the same thing. Black people want power. They don't really want, equal society. They want power over white folks. Like, let's just be honest here, bro. And even when it came to the white power movement, they wanted power over black folks. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, guys. It's two sides of the same coin. Okay? It's not right either way it goes. I'm saying it's not right either way it goes. Look, man, the call line should be up. So if anybody wants to call in, feel free and we can discuss it.
That it's really co-opting the charity and giving community. I mean, I feel bad for the fundraising platforms, because I don't think this was the intention originally. But unfortunately, I think
the topic is the N-word still offensive in America, or is it losing its offensiveness, I should say? Because me personally, I honestly never even been called the N-word, believe it or not, guys. And I live in Chicago. I've never been called. Now, when I was playing, Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was playing the game online and stuff like that, yeah, I would get called the N-word, but that's on a video game. Nobody never called me and, the N-word in real life. That's just me. I never really experienced racism, guys. But you know, I'm in Chicago. Maybe if I was in one of those racist areas, I probably would experience racism, but I probably wouldn't care because I'm not gonna judge these people. Well, I do judge based off the concept of their character, but I mean, they're just as ignorant as the stupid Negroes in the hood. Because if you just like I don't know if you guys know who Nick Fuentes is. Right? Oh, can I say his name on YouTube? Well, I don't want to. Yeah, but Nick, I should say, he believes that you know white people are genetically more you know smarter than black folks, even when it comes down to DNA. And me personally, I think that's a dumb take because that's just not true. You know, it just all depends on if you grow up with the right, you know, assets and things like that. Growing up around a good environment matters as well. Growing up with good parents. Yeah, DNA definitely does not have anything to do with intelligence. But yeah, not saying, you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna call him Rick Fuentes. Not saying Rick Fuentes isn't right about like some things, but you know, when it comes down to like majority of stuff he do be saying, it do be kind of wild, guys.
I think that people are really starting to take over good intents and the charity industrial complex to make it into a victim industrial complex, and it's really sad to see.
Well, we're going to have one of the founders of the Give, Send, Go site a little later in the program. But Mark Lamont Hill, you were shaking your head there.
Guys, the call line is open as well, 217-486-7184. If you guys do want to call in, please let me know. The call, I pinned it, so you guys should see it.
There. I mean, what's your take on this?
There are a couple of things that were said that I think are really interesting and important. One, there is an outside audience of people who are watching.
Let's get those. Guys, please make sure you guys like and subscribe. You're not going to get this nowhere else. I promise you you're not. I promise you you're not. A base person from Chicago, Illinois that supports Trump, by the way. A lot of people fail to realize when it came down to it, a lot of people in Chicago voted Trump in 2024. A lot of people did. We went from 15% to 32%, and that 15% was in 2020. And I don't even think it was 15. I think it was 12. So it was from 12 to 15%. We jumped all the way to 32%. So yeah, guys, we definitely did a very, very good job. And we flipped other states like Michigan as well. We helped flip states like Michigan. You know, it was hard, but we did it.
Opportunistically using it for their own agendas and projects. You know, I have an investment in believing X, so I'm going to jump in the comments of this GoFundMe, etc. I have an investment in Y, I'm going to do the same thing. But what I don't want to do is compare these two things as if they're opposite sides of the same coin. For me, the intention of the campaign matters. In the case of this woman who is using the N-word, the woman isn't disputing using the N-word. The woman isn't disputing being racist. And the comment,
I look like a Lego piece. That's funny.
Left on the site before they were suspended, and the attitudes behind it weren't saying she's being railroaded, she's being misrepresented. They were simply saying,
guys, please call into the show. I'm definitely ready to debate a hater, hear a supporter. I'm really trying to hear you guys' thoughts today. I haven't done a call-in show in so long, ladies and gentlemen. Please.
We support racism.
Don't be a coward in the chat. If you got all that smack to talk, call the line.
And I think that's disgusting, no matter who's doing it. On the other hand, the people who are
appreciate Paul from England. He said he stays out of politics, but is it really politics though? We're just trying to see if people are still offended by the N-word. I mean, you don't really have to be political to give an opinion about that. And that's just me though.
Who are fundraising for Carmelo Anthony, the argument here isn't, yeah, we did something and we don't.
I mean, me personally, I don't like the N-word, but I mean, it is a free speech country. That's just my opinion. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, sir?
I just want to say I'm a new subscriber. I'm a fan of yours. Definitely not a hater. But yeah, I definitely agree that the N-word has lost its offensiveness.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think black people kind of they take pride in the fact that they have turned it into a word that's not offensive anymore.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. Yep.
But then, on the flip side, they'll want to use it as kind of an excuse to, be violent or whatever.
Yeah.
If someone says it to them.
Yep. And then they use this. And then my thing is this. I said this earlier. They changed the definition of the N word, the hard R, I should say, from an ignorant person to, I believe, a black person, or what they say. And I believe, in my opinion, they did that just to keep black people oppressed, and and if you give the word power, then it has power. That's just my opinion,
Right.
And when it comes down to it, white folks have been victimized so long in America when it comes down to all of this race baiting. Because look at what Black Lives Matter done. They've caused over $2 million in property damage. I'm pretty sure majority of those people in those crowds was saying the N-word,
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so it's like, at the end of the day, we use it against ourselves, but people are, like you said earlier, oh, we're changing the meaning of it so it won't be offensive anymore. So what do you mean? Just don't say the word at all then. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and be a hypocrite and say I never used the word, So
Yeah, well, it's almost like the thing I find fascinating is they almost allow white people to say the N-word without the hard R. That's okay now.
But here's the thing, though. You have to be socially. Don't get me wrong, though. There are white folks that can say the N-word, and that's what I don't be understanding. They pick and choose what white people that can say the N-word. Because the rapper Eminem, right? I believe he has the N-word pass. Do he not, Chad? I believe he said the N-word multiple times. But that's what I'm saying. You have to be socially accepted in that, in that black culture, so.
Yeah, but I think I posted it in the chat earlier. It's funny, if you think about the hard R, to me that's almost like saying honky now. Almost.
Yeah.
It's almost as laughable to be using the hard R now, I guess.
Yeah, man.
In my opinion.
And then it's like, okay, because I'm black, right? Because honestly, like I said earlier, nobody's never called me the N-word, ever. Nobody's never say, hey, ninja, or hey, hard R, I've never experienced racism ever. So if somebody called me, hard R, would I really get offended? Not really. I mean, I would. I mean, me personally, I'll just call you an N-word back. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care. But as far as just, reacting, I'm not about to go over there, because you see a lot of black folks out here nowadays. It's almost like a trigger to these people. They're willing to fight. As soon as they hear the word come out of, a white person's mouth.
I mean, if a white guy came up to you and called you the hard R, wouldn't you laugh? I mean,
I kind of would, though. I kind of would. That's the crazy part. I would laugh. I would literally laugh, though. Okay, and this doesn't offend me at all. And I think a lot of people think that, majority of black folks would react crazy when they hear the hard R, but not really. Those are just the crazy lib blacks that really don't think for themselves, and they're indoctrinated by all the Black Power stuff and the Black Lives Matter stuff and the Antifa, LGBTQ, things like that. That's who that would really offend. But I mean, let's just be honest here, because I listen to a lot of Larry Elder and stuff like that, and the word really doesn't really have any power unless you give it, unless you give it the power.
Yeah, and I think the funny thing is, I think it's mainly, and the reason why I think they use it a lot, like in the news, right, as far as like, oh, he said the N-word, and that's why he did what he did.
Right.
Like, because white people are more offended than black people are about that. Like,
right. For real though, like, hey man, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. I'm sorry.
My name's Trevin.
Okay, you said Trevin?
Yeah, you can call me TJ though.
Okay, TJ guys just made a fabulous point on the Chicago Conservative Show today. White liberals get more mad at the use of the N-word more than black people. That is absolutely true, guys. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, let's say a text, right? Let's say you're on Facebook. If you say something offensive, you'll have more white liberals defending it than blacks. I think more blacks will be trolling, So, yeah, and the only reason why I say that because I mean, obviously, there are more whites and blacks in America do up the majority. And then when it comes down to it, half of those whites are liberal as hell. Because a lot of people think black people make up a lot of the population in America. They really don't. I think they really only make up to like 10 to 12%. And then it's drastically decreasing because we keep killing each other like roaches. So,
yeah. Well, I was watching Charlie Kirk yesterday, and like I think he came to Wazoo, which is like college it's in my state. And they were talking about, everything in the news, right? And literally the whole crowd was just crazy liberal white people that were so offensive, and they were like getting upset to the point where they were like crying. And there was one black dude, and he was like, I don't see a problem with like being called the N-word, blah blah blah, and like all the white people around him were like, what? Like you're not offensive you're not offended by that? Like what? That's crazy. And I was like, that's what it is. Like,
right. Absolutely.
It's 99% white liberals that are like
tell them, TJ.
Trying to convince the black people to be offended.
That's right, man. That's right. And then college within itself is an indoctrination camp, in my opinion. It's definitely an indoctrination camp.
We don't care.
So when these kids go to college, they're not really learning anything except learning how to be a communist, in my opinion. Are you still there, TJ?
One guy, there was kind of a political YouTuber, and I think he was out there with Charlie Kirk or whatever, and what's his name? Is it like Officer Tatum or whatever his name is?
Yeah, Officer Tatum, yeah.
But, yeah. And he was out there, and he was standing next to cops or whatever, and this white liberal with a mask, by the way, they wear masks to cover their identity because they can't stand by what they say, and like they have to be hidden from what they're saying.
Yeah.
And then
cowards.
They're sitting there and they're like, you're a black person, you're right here next to pigs, and then he was like, well, hey, if you get shot right now, or someone starts shooting, what are you gonna do? And
you're gonna call the police.
I'm gonna protect myself. And he's like, with what? And
right.
He's like, and started mumbling, and he's like, yeah, this cop right here is gonna save your life.
That's right, Mr. Dude. Hey, Mr. Dude, I seen your chat. That's right, buddy.
Them as much as I do.
Absolutely, TJ. And then that's kind of their that's kind of their tactic. They cover their faces. They cause damage to people's property, like with Elon Musk, for example. Look at all of the damage that these people are causing when it comes to Tesla. For absolutely no reason, though, just because Elon Musk, who was with the left at first, by the way, I think I lost him. I think I lost him, guys. Let's try to see if we can get him back on the line.
Forwarded to an automated voice message.
Oh, well. Let's see if I'm back on line, guys? Okay, I think we got him back. Yeah, sorry,
Hey, what up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
TJ.
I got dropped and then we called each other at the same time. My bad.
Yeah. You had dropped for a split second, but we got you back on the line.
Oh yeah, so I was just saying that I don't know when we dropped, but basically I was saying that the white liberal was basically like how can you stand next to this pig right here? And he was like, they've never done anything to me.
Right.
Like he's like, I abide by the law. I don't do anything that would make this cop just shoot me right now. And that just like that logic to them just does not make sense to them.
Absolutely, man. I want to leave off with this, TJ, man. You are definitely one of the biggest goats I've ever had when it comes to the call-in show. Definitely started off good with my because it's been a hot minute since I did a call-in show, man. But man, thank you so much for calling the show. And you were definitely right about white liberals being more.
Someone to get on a call with you or whatever. Keep my number.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, call the show anytime.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Thanks a lot. Yes, sir, man. WTJ in the chat, man. That guy's based. Absolutely based. But yes, guys, let's get another caller. But while we wait, let's continue the video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you guys are new, I mean, it's free, so why not, ladies and gentlemen?
Care like the other woman. The argument is we're being
Guys, and the subject is the N-word offensive? Is the N-word offensive, ladies and gentlemen? Is it offensive or is it losing its value? Is the N-word losing its value or is it still offensive in today's society in America? Please hit that like, subscribe, and feel free to call in if you guys have an opinion today.
being misrepresented here. We're being railroaded. With this
See, and here's the thing. I'm seeing a lot of stereotypical comments in the chat like O Block, Duke Dennis, Snoop Dogg. And I'm here to tell you guys that Democrats are the true racists. This is what I mean when I tell you guys that the Democrats are the party of the KKK. They're the party of Jim Crow. Jim Crow Joe, which would be Joe Biden, he was for the crime bill, which I agree with just a slight bit. But I mean, when it comes to your son having a big old rock of crack this big, I mean, what's the point of the crime bill? If your son was smoking crack as big as a boulder, with children, by the way, with minors. So yeah, that's not good. But yes, let's continue, guys. Please like and subscribe if you are new. Make sure you guys call into the show 217-486-7184, guys.
this was a self-defense claim. This is not an act of violence. This is a first-degree murder. I'm saying what they're saying. This isn't my argument. They're saying this is a first-degree murder claim that is wrong. This is actually self-defense, and we need the money to...
That's not self-defense. Carmelo Anthony is absolutely a murderer. Welcome to the show. Thank you for calling.
What up, my guy?
Hey, what's going on, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. The way I look at it is like, I'm 45 years old, you know what I'm saying? I make music, I do hip-hop, I make beats, you know what I'm saying? I preferably don't rap.
No problem, Trevor.
I did ghostwriting back in the day. And I can literally say, from where I live in the neighborhoods I came up in, I got my pass. And multiple times, I've been out in public, and people want to try to press you. Stand on your business, drop rocks. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, we gonna go to blows over this. We gonna go blow this. Hey, I earned mine. I got my stripes. I work out in the street. You know who I am inside my hood.
Mm-hmm.
I can go to my little store and I call homies all the time. They ain't got a problem with it. I get to a different.
Oh, so you're wait a minute. So you're a white guy basically.
Yeah.
And they don't have a problem with you. And they don't have a problem with you saying the N-word?
Nah, I ain't even white. I'm melanin deficient.
Okay. But still, that still counts, right, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I have light skin, but at the end of the day, I'm still a nigga. You know, fuck it. That's
Right.
how I was raised. That's the neighborhood I grew up in. I was in the trap. I sold the dope. I made the beats. I did what I had to do, struggle and survive.
Mm-hmm.
Mentality.
I can respect that, man. Now
You
look,
out there and you hustling and you struggling.
I can
You out
respect
there and
that.
you struggling. And you struggling right there with your brothers, no matter what color they fucking are. They got your back, you got their back. They your
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't even there's a culture bias right now with all these white kids with green hair, fucking bull-nosed rings, crying about abortion. Like, dude, that's
Exactly,
man.
yeah.
Killing babies.
Which is why Kamala
Somebody
Harris,
killing babies.
right? Which is why Kamala Harris lost.
That bitch ain't even black. She's Indian.
She's
Her
Indian.
whole entire family got fucking ripped apart.
What's your name, man?
Grandmama lived in fucking Florida.
What's your name, caller?
Michael Anthony, a.k.a. Dino Mike, Poker Crone.
Michael Anthony, a.k.a. Dino. Hey, man, thank you so much, bro. Man, look, you guys are really making my day today, man, for sure, brother. Because, I mean, a lot of people...
man. I'm in Florida.
A lot of people need to hear what you guys have to say, though, man, believe it or not, because the world believes that black folks are owed so much just because their ancestors was slaves, themselves wasn't even slaves. And then they want to say, oh, the white folks...
What I get pissed off about the whole slave trade shit is like, do you think those Dutch people just showed up to Africa and said, come on, motherfucker, get on the boat?
Right.
No,
Absolutely.
they sold them. Just like I'm Irish. My people sold my people. I come from slaves too.
Right.
The British enslaved us for how many years? You don't see me going, hey, beans on toast, what the fuck? Give me my reparations.
Absolutely. You're cooking, bro.
My family came to this country. My family didn't come to this country when they were in the slave times. They came after that shit. So why is that my fucking problem? My people were fucking come here, brought to Ellis Island. We got shipped out with the Asian man and the black man. We had to build railroads. We were still slaves.
Absolutely, man. Hey.
But they jazz it up. Indentured servant. Oh, when you turn 65, you can get your freedom. Man, fuck off with that shit.
A fair trial.
That's slavery.
I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and it's like we were all slaves at one point in time.
Responsibility. Yep. Responsibility without authority is slavery. Yep.
And you know what the world did? They sold their people as slaves for a fucking dollar.
Yep. For small things too.
Forget about that. All of us, unless you blue blood, man, we all red blood.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I appreciate you calling the show, Mike. I definitely appreciate you calling the show, brother. You can call the show anytime, bro. For sure.
I'll keep it 100 with you, you know, fuck. I mean, like I said, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I grew up eating macaroni and cheese and goddamn hot dogs like everybody else.
Yeah, man. You say macaroni and cheese, yeah, bro. I feel you.
Macaroni and cheese, hot dogs, mayonnaise sandwiches.
Man, I'm telling you, boy. Them was the days when, boy, you was hurting, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I think we lost them, guys. Mike, you still with us, Mike? I don't know, guys. I think we lost Mike. But yeah, guys, W Mike, man. W Mike, for sure. And like he said, it's in the environment that he grew up in. I mean, if that's what he grew up around, I mean, what else are you gonna tell him? You know? You can't force him to not use the N-word. It's a free speech country. And then in his case, he actually get the pass from the guys. So who really gonna check him? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my bad, Michael. You got dropped, but yeah. Thank you again for calling the show, bro. I really appreciate you guys for calling, man. We off to a great start. Guys, let's try to get it to 100 likes, guys. 100 likes. Please. Smash that like button if you guys are new. And let's get it to 100 likes, guys, so we can get the algorithm up.
And so whether you agree with him,
But if you guys still want to call in, I think we got another caller, guys. 214. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna answer this call first. But guys, please put your last 4 digits in the chat before you call as well. I forgot to tell you that, guys, as well. Hello, you are on the air. How's it going?
I would be doing well if you was carrying this like you had some cultural pride, homie.
If I have some cultural pride, explain that to me, sir.
Yeah. The way you give that Peckerwood a pass for using the N-word simply because he said that he came up around black people who gave him a pass.
Okay, so do you believe in the First Amendment?
Fuck the First Amendment. What do you mean the First? That ain't got nothing to do with black people, with what black people went through.
So you said first. So wait, did you just say F the First Amendment?
Yeah, fuck America is mama and the deity. So how about that? I'm a black person. How about that one? Based off my black.
So wait a minute. Are you a FBA or a Black Lives Matter protester?
No, I'm just black. I'm a black dude from North Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So what is you being? So wait. So you being black ultimately means you anti-America, or are you just speaking for yourself?
No, I'm not anti-American. I'm pro-American. The United
You
States.
just said F the Constitution. You know you getting clipped for that, right?
Of the United States. Of the United States.
You just said, bro, that's our First Amendment right. That's what makes America America. That's what don't makes us China. That's what don't makes us Mexico. That's what don't makes us Russia. We have a free speech country.
The devils of the white United States killed off a majority of the original Americans to try to claim America.
I'm talking about free speech, sir. I'm talking about free speech and the use of the word.
Yeah,
you're branching off.
Evil motherfuckers who will kill you, who will kill you because they want to. To this very day. And this very same system operates the same way that it was back then. Free speech.
Explain it. I'm listening. Go ahead. You might have a point. I'm listening.
Nah, I ain't no might have a point. I do got a point.
So explain your point then. I'm giving you the floor.
He may have sold some drugs as if selling drugs or participating within the underworld grants one access to it. Fuck that devil. Are you kidding me? You have any idea what we owe this whole ass nation behind that? And we're not talking
Sir, we're talking specifically about the use of the N-word. Where is all of this coming from? I mean, I'm interested. Don't get me wrong. I am interested in what you got to say, but I'm just kind of confused.
Because all black people didn't use the N-word. People think that it's a black thing. All black people wasn't using that word. I'm 46 years old. I agree
with you. I agree that.
So how is it that all these other motherfuckers got access to it and we ain't got reparation? This whatever, everything that is attached to the historical, unsolved historical business of that word ain't even been solved, but they got access to it. Are you kidding me? Simply because what? They might listen to some music, or they may have grew up in an urban environment that they are called the fuck.
Sir, okay, listen. I understand what you're saying. Granted, okay, you know, he grew up here, and I actually agree with that caller. If you do grow up around those people, and if they do feel comfortable with you saying it, I mean, what's stopping you from saying it? But even if that wasn't the case, sir, I'm still a First Amendment activist. I believe in free speech. So I hear what you're saying. Now, I'm not saying it's right. When it comes to the Shiloh Hendricks lady, when she called the kid an N-word, I'm not agreeing what she did was right. But am I going to sit here and say that I'm not an advocate for the First Amendment on her right to not say it? Absolutely not. You know, like I agree with the First Amendment. If you want to say what you want to say.
But therein lies the cultural clashes, though. Therein lies the cultural clashes that a lot of non-white people won't make the attestment to. That this place whitely.
But that's if you allow it, though, right? Isn't that if you allow it?
That's not no allowance, dog. Look, we are in the age where there's always cameras, there's always cameras everywhere. And as far as it goes with the N-word, or we'll say the social perspective of black people being identified as such or measured by such is not largely through this system. This system and these greed-feeding ass devils are the ones that can't help but to see black people as niggas and prefer to see a social
But
literally
why
waves
give
at
them
that
power though? Like,
every
but
fucking day.
my thing is this, sir. Why? Oh, can I get your name? Or you can give me a nickname if that's cool.
Nah, Roguish son. You can see me on YouTube. I'm in your chat, cuz.
Oh, did you say Robin?
Roguish.
Oh,
Like
Logish, Logish.
fucking
Okay,
Roguish.
so Logish. I understand what you're saying when it comes to the white folks making the word, you know, a vulgar, bigoted term. Don't get me wrong, I agree with that. But are we gonna sit up here and still allow them, you know, to give the word power and meaning? Because that's basically like saying these people can control my emotions with just one word. Like, you gotta admit. But no, listen though. Just hear me out though. Hear me out.
It's not just white people, dog. It's not just white people.
I understand that. I understand. Okay,
I'm in Texas right now, and if you heard how the fuck the Mexicans say it out here, matter of fact, since we moved here from California in 1993,
granted,
the very first thing that I noticed.
Granted, but the thing is, the word is still a word, dude. No matter what it is, it's still a word. Are you gonna let a word dictate who you are?
It's not just a word.
But are you gonna let a word dictate? You say you're 40. You say you're 40 plus years old, right? I'm 28. I would never let a word dictate who I am. I would never let a word dictate who I am.
The word doesn't dictate us, nor utilization of
If you give it power, it does though. So if it doesn't dictate you, then why react to it?
It already had the power before I was born, homie, and before you was born. Will you admit to that?
I mean, look, listen, I'm not discreet in that, but at the end of the day, if I was born during the racial term, I wouldn't let it get to me. I wouldn't like, because honestly, I mean, let's be honest here, bro. Black folks use it.
If you were born in the 1700s,
no, I was born.
To you with the already economic, social, and political power that's already been established by it. It couldn't get to you. We're talking power dynamics. We're not just talking.
So you're admitting the word has power then. If you said it's a power dynamic, you just admitted that the word has power, and that's where the problem lies.
The foundation of the word as a pejorative comes from a stance of social power, whiteness, right? That comes from whiteness. Whiteness is a power dynamic. It's not just merely a racial designation. As that one Peckerwood said, who was on here before me, he's Irish. So the Irish people had to be onslaught. What were onslaught about white supremacy.
But what does him being Irish have to do with him having free speech though? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Oh no, he can have all the free speech he wants, but I'm saying this is where we are. This is where we are diametrically opposed from a cultural standpoint.
But the thing is this though, when it comes to culture, I get it, but so if somebody say black people got to stop using the N-word because it's offensive to everybody, are you gonna let them stop you from using the N-word? Because that's the same thing you're saying when it comes to white folks as well.
Somebody like who though?
I mean, you tell me. I mean, you're the one that's saying that they can't say it, right?
Black people already been trying that, though. Black people have already been trying that, and other non-black people have been trying.
And has it been working? Has it been working? Do white people still use the N-word? Clearly, they do.
Say it again.
I said, I mean, but has that really worked though? Because clearly, white people still use the N-word. 2 more likes, guys, till we get to 100.
They're always going to use it. They're always going to use it. But what they're looking for is what you just did, granting the access. They want access to use it and not have no social blowback behind it. That's what they want. They already use it. Are you kidding me? Of course they use it.
So if they use it, is it really going to change anything? If we know that they're going to use the word, objectively, they're going to use the word. If we know this, then why keep complaining about it and, you know, whining about it? Let's just move on. I mean, why are we sitting up here?
Because it's unfinished business behind that. It's unfinished business. Even how flippant black people use it, it's still unfinished business behind it. We're not supposed.
So why do black? So you made a good point.
But we do so based off of the traumatic, unfinished historical past. We don't have a closed chapter of none of that past.
So if we wanted to actually use, I remember
when black people used to whisper the word only within black companies, when there wasn't nobody else around, when we were only just living amongst ourselves in our own neighborhood, all black people wasn't using that word. You had some who actually whispered that word to each
I understand that.
That's how potent.
I understand. Okay, so you said you were a believer in free speech, right?
A believer in free speech. I don't.
The First Amendment, yes. The First Amendment, sir.
Definition of it. Okay, let's go ahead. You pro military or pro murder claim?
I'm just I just support the First Amendment. I just support people free speech. Now, granted, but listen, I'm not disputing that whatever you say, you don't have to be responsible of saying. That's why, and then think about this. Wouldn't you want these people to say the N-word? Because they're I would respect a person who say the N-word out in the open more than a person who hides behind closed doors. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, they do say it in the open. They don't always say the N-word.
But isn't that more? But that's what I'm saying, though. Isn't that more respectful than a person hiding behind closed doors saying it?
Black people as a pejorative. It's not a okay. Look, I prefer all my shit out in the open anyway. I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We don't play with these peckerwoods, and they don't play with us out here in the Midwest. Cause feel me? So it is what it is. But you go on the East Coast and the West Coast, they have that gray area that they've created, and they somewhat adhere to it. Whatever is fake as fuck. Down south, they actually fake one, and it's not even real. But in the Midwest, yeah, it's all just black and white. So you might, and your viewers might have a problem with my stance on this, but I'm from the Midwest. The Midwest ain't.
I'm from the Midwest too. I'm from Chicago, bro. I'm from Chicago.
Okay, so you from Chicago. You from the most segregated city.
I've never been called the N-word. I was born and raised in Chicago. I grew up on the south side. My grandma, she lived on the north side. I've been over east. I've been all around the city, bro. I've never been called the N-word. I've been to Cubs games. I've been to Sox games. I've never been called the N-word, bro.
So because that is your experience, is that supposed to dictate how the...
No, I'm not an exception to the rule.
With non-black people, to black people,
no,
and participating in expressions of black culture and black expressions.
Oh my goodness, bro. But listen though, see when you say black culture, here's what I have a problem with. Yes, you are right. No, I am not the exception to the rule because I'm one black man that hasn't been called the N-word in Chicago. Yes, you're right about that. But at the end of the day, dude, when you say black culture, what is black culture exactly? Is it black folks killing each other at a predominantly higher rate than white people? Is it black people being 3 times more likely to being attacked by other black people than white people and other groups and ethnicities? Is it black people being 50% of the violent crimes in America?
It's all proximity of groups.
But these are numbers. But wait, we're talking about black people here. Logish, I'll let you.
These are numbers provided by a society that don't mind seeing black people fucking homeless by the fucking hundreds of thousands out this motherfucker. This is a society that will. This is again. That's why I say the cultural dynamics of it. You're 28. You kind of should know by now, dog. But I think it's.
I do know, but that's the thing, though. I do.
A lot more forgiving to slights that my generation would not. And this is why they are out of pocket now. This is why the talks where hip-hop is going, where they are now, for black culture. When I say black culture, I'm saying that which is perceived as black culture by outsiders. So when it comes to the N-word, and
you're missing the point. You're missing the point that I just said.
Have you ever been inquired if a person could ask the N-word of a non-black person? Have you ever been inquired of that?
No.
And at what young of an age were you inquired of that?
Listen, are you referring to like what, somebody needing permission to say the N-word for me or something? Like, what do you mean by that?
No. Just say that you're kicking it with non-black associates or whatever, and they try you. You know what I'm saying? And they hey, can I say it? How young were you? And you know what I'm saying? Have you and how young were you?
I mean, I've never look, I've had white friends when I was playing rugby, but the thing is, they've never came to me and say, dude, is it okay if I say the N-word? I mean, look, we understand that the term is used for bigotry like majority of the time, dude. Like, I get what you're saying when you say that, but you got to understand here that you cannot stop these people from saying the N-word. Now, granted, you can try to fight it off as much as you want, but ultimately these people are going to say what they want to say, man. But last thoughts, bro, because you
can't stop them. What you're doing is making a stance on it not being so freely accessed to them again because of what it unfortunately still means in the unfinished historical business of my culture, right? So as far as I'm concerned, and I leave off on this. When we got reparation, when we get reparation $1, then we can open up those talks.
Who's gonna pay those reparations? Hold on. Who's gonna pay those reparations? Who's gonna pay those reparations? Who's gonna pay those reparations?
Boundaries in the age. What you mean? This nation.
What you mean this nation? You mean taxpayer dollars? Hold on, whoa. Slow down. When you say this nation, do you mean taxpayer dollars? Do you mean taxpayer dollars? When you say reparations?
The country.
So you mean taxpayer money? So you mean taxpayer dollars?
It's not just taxpayers here. You also got non-taxpayers in the form of all these billionaire corporations.
So why would a billionaire just give black people free money?
Nobody said billion. No, corporations. We're talking these corporations.
What corporations are we talking about? Give me an example. Are we talking McDonald's? What? Apple?
You sound like you're here to protect people. You sound like a little bit of an apologist, man, for real.
No, dude. I'm a capitalist. That's what I am. I believe everybody should work for their dollar. Everybody had a form of slavery. Hold on, let me just leave off on this. You first of all, you were great.
That dollar is blood
Logish.
with the blood of niggas. Huh?
Logish. You were a great caller. Look, the ad hominem attacks don't work on me, bro. But granted, you work.
That's a question. You don't believe that dollar is blood soaked with the blood of niggas, do you?
Bro, listen, we weren't the only slaves in history, my guy.
Nobody talking slaves, cuz. I'm not talking slaves.
So what you want reparations for then? What you want reparations for? Now I'm confused.
I'm from North Tulsa, cuz. That's what I want that's what I want reparations for. I want reparations for these motherfuckers putting crack in my motherfucking neighborhood and destroying some shit that they even fucking shouldn't have, cuz. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I say fuck America, it's mama and his deity, nigga. Ain't nobody talking about slavery.
So wait, you want reparations because your neighborhood was what?
Do you know about the war on drugs, right? You do know about the war on drugs, right?
Hold on. You kind of can you repeat that? My bad. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I said, you know about the war on drugs, right? When it was established, why it was established, the whole history behind that?
No, but I don't really think that justifies reparations, though.
Well, that's the sad part, because you wasn't there to see neighborhoods get turned into motherfucking Raccoon City. You wasn't there to see your people turned into motherfucking zombies like that.
But who's turning the neighborhoods into Raccoon City now, though? You're really. So wait a minute. You're really.
Devils provide, and you got hope in that,
dude. You're really blaming. You're really. So wait a minute. You don't blame the violence that's going on in the black communities, in the black neighborhoods now for your neighborhood being Raccoon City. You're blaming something that happened. What that was over 20, 30 years ago. What about now?
What you mean? What about now? You still got the.
Who's doing the crime now? Who's?
You still got this. You still got it. It's in the system. It's the way that the system operates. You're looking to preserve people. Or
we got a super chat.
Or protect the closeted inferiority, brittle fucking spirit of these white people, dog. I've been around your type before, homie, many times.
What is my type, Uncle Tom? What is my type?
No.
So what is my type exactly?
Your type is a minion. You're a minion. You're minioning right now. You're being a minion for these motherfuckers.
What does that mean? Can you elaborate on that? Can you elaborate?
I counted your type time and time again.
The chat is clowning you right now, by the way. And then I got a super chat from Sid. From a black man, by the way. This is a super chat. Hold on. This is a super chat. This is a super chat from Sid. Hold up. I think this is interesting. I think you should hear this. We got a super chat from Sid, who's a black man. You can look at the chat right now. Your caller is the problem. It is time for unity. What do you think about that?
They fuck for nothing, and black Republicans, they be used as fucking mascots.
Okay.
But,
So let
trying
me
to get
just
fun, but they give you
so let me
back
just
now.
leave off with this.
That's
You
why I say
have you
I'm
ever
black and black only.
so would you consider me an Uncle Tom? I'm gonna just leave off with this, caller. Would you consider me an Uncle Tom? Hello?
Yo, you muted. You muted, son. We can't hear you.
Oh, am I muted here or can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. I was saying,
I hear you now.
so do you know so would you we're just gonna leave off there. You've been a great, if believe it or not, bro. This has been a fantastic call. But would you consider me an Uncle Tom, yes or no?
No, I won't consider Uncle Tom nor no coon. Nope. A minion, yes. But not
So what
Uncle
is a
Tom.
minion? I never heard that term before. What is that?
What you mean? You never heard of minion? You don't know what a minion is?
I mean, I heard
I'm not talking
in
about
like TV shows,
a
but
lot of people talking about the movie. So as far as doing anything, even if it's unbeknownst to you, you know what I'm saying? What not being in a, you particularly not being, and other black people who think like not being in a full
I love black people, bro.
of the essential ramifications.
Bro,
Right?
I love black people, bro. That's the thing. I know it's the music. Listen. I love black people, bro. That's the thing. That's what people fail to understand.
Based off of slavery. It's like, wait a minute, this is unfinished historical business for black people. The reason why black people say it is because of the trauma, not because we love it.
But the thing is, dude, I love black people, bro. Like I see what's going on when it comes to the music. We promote killing each other, bro. I'm trying to I love promoting all businesses, not just black businesses, flourish as a country and a society, bro. We can't just only black owned business, black, because bro, you're exiling people and you're pushing people out so they cannot contribute to your business. And you got to understand the black millionaires and the black billionaires here in America, they're the black millionaires, excuse me, and the black billionaires here in America, they are billionaires and millionaires because of white people, because white people invest in these people. You feel what I'm saying? So
I understand that.
and the thing is this, like, we have to start calling this stuff out when it comes to the black community, bro, because even when it comes to the black women, bro, the single mother rate, when it comes to Jim Crow, because a lot of people think Jim Crow for black people so bad when it comes to family, but the family structure during Jim Crow was way better than what we have today.
It was the social terrorism from white people.
But that's not the point though. See, look, I'm not talking about white people right now, bro. I'm talking about the black family right now. We were more united during Jim Crow. And the thing is this, when it comes to nowadays, the single mother rate from Jim Crow to now has raised from 25% all the way to 75%. 75% of black women in America are single mothers, bro. This isn't good. And 4 out of 5 black women are clinically obese. This isn't good. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm not saying it's good, and it gets talked about, but it doesn't get talked about on the world stage, or where the world's going to be concerned with how black people are concerned about themselves. You already done had grassroots communities that was doing work and passing out the information, but this is what I found out. I found out that black people wanted to be more American than black, and the style American they wanted to be was that which white people said, hey, you can join in with everybody else and be this style of American. And that's what they did. This is why feminism is the coldest form of pimping in the history of all existence, and it took hold of the black woman's mind at a moment towards where they would not hold more to their black ethos as opposed to their feminist ethos, or what their perceived American one could be.
No, we can agree to that, right? Now we can just leave off with agreeing with that. The black family has worsened throughout time. Can we agree on that? And we have to advocate for fathers being back in the home, not doing degeneracy and not being emotional, bro. Our black men nowadays are so emotional.
Humans are emotional, man. Humans are naturally emotional. You can't do away with emotion. That's what white people tell motherfuckers to do. Okay, stop that. That's what them soulless motherfuckers try to get people to do. Hey, don't focus on your emotions. No, I'm human. That's going to be there.
But men have to practice emotional intelligence more than women do, bro. I understand men cry. Listen, men, real men cry, bro. You're not finna sit up here. Look, you're not finna sit up here and hear like this ain't no damn Andrew Tate Sigma male shit over here, bro. Like I know and I understand real men cry, bro. But we have to do it alone in a room where can't nobody see us. You know what I'm saying? You know? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Okay, yeah, I was saying like you're not gonna get that, you know, Sigma male shit from me, bro. Like I understand real men cry, bro. Like I'm from Chicago. I lost people, like I lost friends, I've lost family. I understand real men cry. So I'm not saying men can't be like don't have no emotions like a rock or something like that, but we do have to be the stability of our families, bro. You can't be just as emotional as the woman. You know what I'm saying? Now can we agree on that?
Of course not.
Right.
Yes, of course we agree on that.
Right.
But that is. But we're not. But I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that that is the professional or potentially the more lion's share of the character state of black men that I identify.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do identify that, yes, but for that to be the bulk of character that I view within black men, no, that's not. I don't view that, but I do view it.
Right. Hey, Logish, man.
But
you.
Hey, thanks for the hospitality, man. I know you got to get back to your other callers, and you know what I'm saying.
No, bro, it's been perfect. I love debates. Like this is the best part of the show. Is the debates, man. So thank you so much.
All right, be well.
Yep. 647, you are up. And guys, please put your last 4 digits in if you're gonna call. Please put your last 4 digits in the chat. But yeah, 647, you're up.
Yeah, that's me, Sid.
Oh, Sid with the super chat. Okay.
From Canada, bro.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, Sid. I lost you for a second. Can you repeat that? Hello? Yo, Sid, you with us? I hear myself in the background. Oh wait, I think. Dang it.
That I don't know if you studied the Atlantic slave trade, right? I did at university. It was Africans selling their own people into slavery.
Absolutely.
It was not like they make you think that was a forced thing, right? It's not. Like the Spaniards made a deal with them because the word slave comes from, you know, where it comes from? Slavic. The Slavics were the original slaves. Okay, they couldn't survive the transatlantic, ocean, right? So when they came to West Africa, they saw these African leaders and said, "Hey, what is this guys in the cages?" They're like, "Oh, the village wars. You know, we capture them. Can you sell them to us? We'll give you stuff from Europe." Okay. It's called the triangle trade. So they will come from Europe. Guys will sell them to slaves, bring them to South America, go work in these cotton fields, buy that good, take them to Europe, sell it, come back, feed the African leaders. So, the last caller, bro, stop blaming. It's our fault.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
As long as you're a victim, you're always going to be a victim, buddy. Right?
Yeah.
And if you look at even the community right nowadays, our own community, black community, I didn't have a father growing up that way. Okay? I did not. I had to even teach myself how to tie myself. My shoelace myself. Okay? It's us. We need to change and become better. Instead of being bitter and always blaming, focus on your own family. Do the right thing and raise a good family, buddy.
Right.
Anyways, I just wanted to say that, bro. Sorry, that guy irritated me.
No, Sid, you're perfectly fine, bro. I agree with you 1,000%. I feel like black folks definitely need to start taking accountability when it comes down to the actions that they take and the people that they surround themselves with, the women that they sleep with, you know, like this stuff matters, you know?
Not being a father. Like most of us don't have fathers, sleeping with 20 different women, right?
Right.
Caring about their children, understanding the sense of family, right? And then you wonder why our communities are so bad.
right?
Yeah.
Why are people like so suffering? It's us as men. We have to become a better black men for our
Absolutely,
community. Bro,
Sid.
I swear to God, every time I see a siren behind me pulling over, I pray to God, please don't let it be a black officer. Because he treats
He
me
got something to
he
prove.
treats me
There
worse
you
than,
go.
worse than
Sid
the
is cooking,
freaking white
guys.
officer.
Sid is
Yeah,
cooking.
yeah. Worse than a white officer, bro.
Sid is cooking.
Right? I'm not
And
gonna
don't
say
let it
that
be a
the white
black
officer
woman. Oh
is
my
good.
goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I'm already dead. Or a
Yeah.
white woman.
Yeah, and they don't want to be with they don't want to be with black women. They just want to sleep around. They don't want to be a father, right? And
Yeah.
they make all this mess, and they call you, and then play the victim card, bro.
And then Sid,
Screw that.
then a lot of people are failing to realize that it's the music and the media. It's black Facebook, black Twitter, or X, I should
Yes.
say, black
Yes.
Instagram. Look at the stuff that they promote in the black community. And then when you look at other countries like China, look what they have on their social media platforms. It's absolutely different.
Bro,
It's totally different.
Bro, I'm even insulted by the way they speak, right? Like slang. I'm like, yo, why don't you pull your pants up and speak English, man? Go pick
There
up a
you
book.
go.
Why do
There
you
you
speak
go.
like that? Why do you speak like that? Why do you want to stay in this darkness and then think that all people think you're weird? Bro, like the word ain't is not a word. Stop speaking like that. Pick up a book, read, build your vocabulary, make your life better. Pull your pants up. Stop acting like a freaking thug.
There you go.
And then you wonder why the police want to target you.
Image
You have
matters.
that energy, buddy.
Yep, image matters.
All right? No police ever targets. Bro, I'm a black man. You know, last time I've been pulled over by a police officer? 2019. On the highway. Done driving. I was upset. And it was a white officer. I apologized immediately.
Right.
I told him what was going on.
Yeah, and can Sid, can I say another point?
Mess you up. No ticket. I'll follow you.
There
all the way
you go.
home.
Sid makes a fabulous point again, ladies and gentlemen. Sid is cooking, and let me explain why. Let me just piggyback off what Sid just said. Even though he was pulled over by a white cop, he still respected authority when it came to the police officer. A lot of black folks nowadays,
This is my fault, bro. I didn't lie.
Yeah, and then it's like a lot of black folks, they do not respect the authority from, the officer nowadays. They think they can tell the officer what they're going to do, what they're not going to do. They're not going to do this, they're not going to do that, and it's absolutely just setting you up for failure. It's setting you up for jail and or potentially death. So, I don't really think it's necessary, when it comes to black folks, I don't really think it's necessarily good to combat a police officer, but this is what we're taught when we're young as well. F the police are bad. You got they pigs and
MWA music, bro.
You're right, but a lot of people like me that support blue troops and that support police officers that should be protecting the neighborhood so it won't be killings and this, that, and the third. They call me all sorts of names and this, that, and the third because I want people to be safe.
They call you Uncle Sam and your this or your that. They insult you, right? Because you want to be proper. They look at your color, bro. I don't see color, bro. I see an intelligent man. Okay, that's all I see.
Yeah.
I don't see your color. Okay, I don't care what color you are. Black, white, doesn't matter to me. But if you have an illness inside of you and this disease, you're gonna think everybody a certain color is bad.
Right.
Okay? Because you have the disease within you. You have to heal yourself. Right? Because it's easy to hate, bro. It's very hard.
It really is, man. It's hard to forgive. It's
Yeah.
easy to hate and it's hard to forgive. Yo, Sid, man.
Oh, it's so easy. Bro, listen, why is it so hard when you got pulled over just to say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, here's my ID. Yes, I messed up. I did it, bro. The guy came, let me finish my story. Bro, he said to me, he was angry, yelling at me. He's like, you zoomed by me 160, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm in my nice car, you know. And I was like, I just quit my job. I'm a set officer. I admit, yes, I did that. He said, okay, let me go look at your criminal record. I'm going to go to the car. If I see a single ticket or criminal charge, I'm taking your vehicle. Stunt driving. Bro, while he was gone, I prayed to God. I said, God, please protect me. I already have enough pain. He came back and said to me, you're right. Everything is clear. But I didn't decide to let it go because of everything is clear. Because the way you spoke with me. You admitted everything respectfully. I appreciate that. And I know you're going through some stuff. I don't want to add to your problem right now today, okay?
I'm just going to make sure you go home safely. I'll follow you to the next exit, which is Britannia. I know exactly where you're
Wow.
going.
He even gave you an
I
escort?
want you to be safe. Yes, he gave me an
Wow.
escort.
See, ladies and gentlemen.
He thought that I was really angry. So he became like, I care about you. I want anything happens to this guy, I'm going to escort him home. And he did. And he helped me
Wow,
out.
that's amazing.
Right? He told me, okay, next time, just, he goes, you're angry, just don't drive, man. I know what you're going through. I understand. Listen.
Yeah, we're all human. See, even police understands that we're all human, guys. Excellent, excellent story.
It doesn't matter what the color was. The people that go, he's a white officer come, he's going to black guy race. Bro, he was not racist. He's one of the kindest men I ever met, okay, on the highway. He was a patrol officer. He was very kind to me, okay? And I've never been pulled over since then. I just follow speed limit, right? And if a police officer comes to me and says, ID, here you go, no problem. Why give a problem? Why you want to, what's up? Okay, I'm Canadian, by the way. What's up with Americans and First Amendment and, oh my, right? Like, it's an officer. Can I have your name? Yes, sir. Sid. Can I have your ID? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Here you go. What's the problem?
Absolutely, Sid.
Like, why are you making a problem for yourself?
Because that's just what they were taught, bro. The culture, it's just the black culture. And then a lot of people fail to realize, like, they think it's their skin color that's holding them back. But then I always combat them and say, if it is your skin color, then why do Africans come here in America and do far more exceptional than blacks? Actually, Africans are the most educated migrants that migrate here in America. A lot of people don't even know that.
Exactly. Especially Nigerians, by the way. Especially
there you go. Right. It's exactly Nigerian. So when people say, oh, it's my skin color, is it really, or is it how you were raised and it's just the culture that you were raised around?
It's your culture. It's your pain. It's you. You didn't have a father to teach you. You have anger inside of you, bent up. Okay? You want to take it out on the police officer and make your life a mess. Go look in the mirror. Tell yourself, I had anger. I've been through that. I didn't have a father. Neither did I. Mine was gone at 9 years old. Okay? It's okay.
Wow.
Live your life. Stop being angry indirectly with people.
His argument.
Go to therapy. I did. I dealt with it. Right? I knew I had anger inside of me and sadness. I went to therapy. They showed me everything. They connected it. Right? They taught me cognitive behavior therapy, how to deal with things in life. Focus on positive things to make your life better instead of holding on to an anger and then making your life a lot worse because you take it on the wrong person. You could be shot by a police officer, by the way. Right? Because of anger. And you don't even think about the impact that had on the police officer. You just ruined two lives, your life and their life, by the way. Because for the rest of their life, they're going to need therapy. So don't do that.
Yeah, right? Black people definitely.
The officer pull a gun at you.
Yeah, man, Sid making so many good points right now. I can't even keep up with. Last point I want to make, because Sid, like, all I've been doing is really piggybacking on Sid, guys, because he might as well just took over the podcast. But one last thing yeah, for sure. But Sid makes another great point that I want to leave off on. Therapy, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any mental health issues or anything like that, please seek help, especially in the black community. A lot of black folks really need therapy when it comes to loss and things like that.
It's free, by the way. It's free.
It's free. See, it's free. Just like you liking and subscribing. It's liking and subscribing is free, just like therapy, ladies and gentlemen.
Great call. I'm going to come back to the chat. I just want to say that to you. I'm very proud of you, young man. Keep up your broadcast, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Sid.
Young black men do positive things like this. You're very articulate. Keep it up. And I bless your channel. And I'm going to send more super chats as soon as I hang up. Bless you, bro.
Thank you, man. Okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Sid.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Take care. Bye.
Guys, W. Sid. That was a fantastic conversation. So we had a few super chats when I was on the call line, guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to miss them. But I believe one said, leave us alone. I think that's 6-0. Thank you so much. I think it's Talia. I believe that was Talia. We have another super chat Sorry, guys. You guys are spamming chat today. This is crazy. But we had another super chat. I'm trying to find it, guys, because I'm trying to show as much love as possible. We had another super chat by Michael Anthony. I watched racism die in the 90s since Obama. It's all about race. Hoodwink, Jasmine Crockett. Yep. Didn't talk like that when she was elected. Absolutely. Absolutely, Michael Anthony. You guys do realize Jasmine Crockett, when she first got elected in Congress, she was a very elegant woman. Very, very elegant woman. And then now she's coming out saying, oh, F Elon Musk, and yeah, I'm this, and I'm Ratchet Crockett, and that's what they call a Ratchet Crockett. But yeah, Michael Anthony, appreciate the $5 super chat, and you are absolutely right when it comes to that. Jasmine Crockett is a definite clown. We got a $20 super chat from Sid, man. W. Sid, man. The conversation that we had was absolutely amazing, man. Trust me, I will not let you down. I will not let you down, sir. I'm trying to keep Chicago great. Well, I'm trying to really make Chicago great again, guys. If you guys want to check out my speeches against Brandon Johnson, because I absolutely cooked Brandon Johnson at least 4 times. Guys, please check out the content. You guys are going to absolutely love it. Let's try to get this to at least 140 likes, guys, before we close out. I actually want to hear this last part on Piers Morgan before we end the call show, guys.
Listen.
The chat has been absolutely beautiful today. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you guys so much.
You seem to me a lot.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Sid. Thank you, everybody who's called. I believe it was Mike, TJ, Logish. Thank you guys for calling, man. This has been a fantastic start back when it came to the call-in show, guys. We did absolutely amazing. W for yourselves. But let's just hear this last part, guys, before we end off. And I think I'll probably try to take one more caller because it is getting kind of late where I am. And like and subscribe if you guys are new. Please like and subscribe if you guys are new. We're just trying to at least make it to 140, guys. So I think we only need like 3 more likes. It's free, ladies and gentlemen. It's free. Free 99.
A lot of inconsistencies in Mr. Wells's position, not least the...
This new generation is soft. I agree, I know. Absolutely.
donning of the Christian hat when it suits them, but then removing it when it doesn't.
Thank you, Richard.
You know, I think it's definitely tough to make the call here and there and where to censor. I err on the side of not censoring as much as possible, but I agree with you that the selectivity of having issues with abortion, but not with these campaigns is certainly a problem. But I also want to go back to our point before, too, and make the point that I hate this argument that because some people were tribal, we should be tribal, too. And shouldn't we want to live in a society where we say tribalism is bad in general and negative in general, and so therefore we should be erring towards individualism, not fighting tribalism with more tribalism? I think that's a net negative.
I agree. Myron, your last words on this.
Okay. Because I never got to respond to Myron's other.
The thing with tribalism, it's a natural human instinct. Like, we are literally designed to want to be in communities and want to be a part of a set community because it ensures our survival. Right. It's been that way since the beginning of time. So
Myron is absolutely right about that, guys. This is why exile was such exile, excuse me, that was a tongue twister. This is why exile was such a huge punishment back in the day, because when you were exiled, you basically was banished from society. That means no more water, no more food, no more clothing, no more people. Like, you would basically have to walk and find a whole nother civilization. People keep saying, especially the women nowadays, you have them saying, oh, I'm so independent. I'm so independent this, and I'm boss chick this, and I'm boss babe that. Like, nobody in this world is truly independent, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody in this world is truly independent. Everybody in mankind have to depend on each other for survival. I have to depend on the men that are stabilizing the nuclear power plant right now as we speak. If these men do not stabilize the power plant, guess what? The world literally will blow up. We need men for pilots. We need men for infrastructure. We definitely need men for war. You know what I'm saying? Because if, honestly, I'm really not for women fighting in war. I'm definitely not for women fighting in war at all, because if women get captured in war, you guys already know what they're going to do to them. And y'all know we're not going to get into that. But it's absolutely crazy. This world needs men, and these women nowadays say, oh, why we don't need men. Look, men need men. You think women don't need men too? We all depend on each other for survival.
So the thing is that people are typically going to align with people that share similar features, and that's why we have the tribalism we have going on right now. So the problem is it's not going to go anywhere. I think the problem is that we've had this penting up for literally decades, and this has been a response to it. You have people that are coming out and supporting someone who you guys might deem as a terrible racist, but I think it's also very important to understand how we got here, because if we're going to look at the smaller problem, we can't look at the...
And that will be Carmelo Anthony, guys. That's how they got there with this Shiloh Hendricks thing, and how she raised over $600,000 when it come to calling a kid the N-word. But I mean, let's just be honest, guys. White guilt is dying in America. People are getting sick and tired of people blaming everything on white folks. And I'm black, and I'm even getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of everything being black, this, that, and the third. Like, come on, guys. At some point, it does get kind of old and stupid.
The bigger problem, and it's what I said before, unchecked systemic.
All right, Mark.
Black fatigue is real.
On Hill, your last words on this.
This repeated use of the word, I think, first of all, I want to just register that as offensive, particularly as someone who doesn't identify as a member of that community and who is not, right? I think that's incredibly...
How does that word offend you, though? How? Why are you letting this word offend you? You just said it! Didn't he just say it? It was bleeped out, but you just said the N-word. How is it offensive? Clown.
African-American. I'm the definition of African-American.
And troublesome, and to as a Sudanese American or an outsider who's using African American in a very technical term, the same way that Elon Musk is an African American, I think it is a bit disingenuous. But the bigger issue here, I think, is...
How is that disingenuous? Elon Musk is literally an African American. He's from South Africa, and he lives in America. That's an African American. Sudan is in Africa.
Is that, you know, this idea of equating of one side to the other side often loses track of this issue of power. To use as example, when black people stand up and say, hey, let's build our own stuff. Hey, let's have a black power movement. That is not the same as a white power. I'll let you speak uninterrupted.
Yes, it is. So why you got the word power behind it then? Why you got to add power behind the word black? That's what I'm saying. You guys are idolizing the KKK movement with Black Lives Matter protests and Black Lives Matter movements and things like that. That's all you guys are doing, is idolizing these people. You are idolizing the same people who oppressed you. Two wrongs do not make a right. Nobody is saying just because, they're white, they're racist, because you got to start judging people based off the context of their character, not their skin color, guys. Like, this is ridiculous.
My Sudanese brother. So when a black person says, hey, let's preserve our culture, I have no problem with Italians or Irish people or anyone else saying let's preserve our culture. But when we don't talk about ethnicity, but actual race, when white people say let's preserve whiteness, it's an exclusionary practice. It's about preserving laws and practices and tactics that do harm to other people.
My shirt says Memphis Music, okay? I think I got this from a music festival. Excuse me. Why are my words so blah 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 today?
Power movement was about opening stores and building businesses. A white power movement was a white power. That's the giga. A white power movement was about something very, 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 very different. A white power movement included lynchings and included Ku Klux.
It's power. It's power. What do you think black protesters do? They do the same thing. You think white people haven't died during Black Lives Matter protests, during Antifa protests? Come on, dude. Make it make sense.
Ku Klux Klan, etc. So let's not pretend that these are opposite sides of the same coin. When white people say, let's save our country, and even using language of our country, when black people built this thing, when you say that, you're talking about forcing people out of the country. You're talking about laws that discriminate. You're talking about doing harm to people. Let's not pretend these are the same thing, just like these GoFundMe campaigns are not the same thing. I'm okay if everybody gets out of the GoFundMe industrial complex. I'd love that. But let's not pretend that supporting someone for a fair trial is the same thing as supporting a grown white woman berating and calling the N-word to a 5-year-old autistic black child. And the fact that everyone in here can't be unanimous in condemning that says exactly how they're not the same.
We're not. I never said I didn't condemn that. Now I do condemn you guys trying to get rid of her First Amendment, but I never said that I didn't. I don't condone a freaking white lady calling a child the N-word. It doesn't matter if he wasn't 5. He wasn't an adult, clearly.
Same.
I totally agree. I'm going to go to Lily Gaddis.
And right, good point, Sharon. How does they know if the kid was autistic or not? Make it make sense. We might as well get it to 150 likes, guys. Why not? Let's get it to 150, guys.
Ask you one more time. I mean, you've been so unashamedly
150 likes, ladies and gentlemen. We did fantastic today. 3 more likes.
Feel like it.
Woo!
You've had a bit of time to think about this. Is that how you want people to leave this panel debate? We're thinking of you as a disgusting racist?
I wouldn't care.
I don't really care what people think about
there you
me.
Go.
As long as you care
I wouldn't
about what
care.
people think about you, you have no power and you lose your country.
See, I wouldn't care either. What do you mean? Oh, do you want people to see you as a disgusting, filthy, dirty racist? Like, I know I'm not racist, so what the hell? Like, they can say whatever they want about me. I don't really care.
What I care about is freedom of speech. And if you're not allowed to say the most...
I won't say it to a kid, but I'm not finna stop nobody from saying the word. But where are the parents? Ultimately, the parents are supposed to be around to protect the kid that's 5-year-old with autism that's alone at a park. So, yeah.
The most offensive things in this country, you do not have freedom of speech. I don't care what anybody says. So that's the main crux of this situation. That's what I care about with this situation. It is, we have lived for far too long in a country where you can have your life destroyed, and people say, oh, she doesn't need this money. Her life's destroyed, by the way. She'll never be able to get another job. She's got children to have to support. And I don't want to live in a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, black people can say things to white people all the time, and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say.
Why are you looking like that? I should have streamed this, guys. But why are you looking like that? It's the truth. Black people don't get held accountable when they say stuff about white folks. That's the truth. What you looking like a shit ball for? You clown.
What they want unashamedly, and you will
well, go
not
on, then
have
say it. Say
you
the
will
M-
not have
Go on,
free
say
speech.
go on. Say the M word. Go on.
No. I don't want you to invite this woman.
I don't think she got the balls to do that. I don't think she has the eggs, ladies and gentlemen. She doesn't have the eggs. I would have said it. I would have said, you nick. No. I would have said it.
No. I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me, because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it.
What do you mean you the only it's a black guy right next to you. What do you mean? Woke logic.
So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here, you and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word.
You just used a racial slur. Am I tripping? So they can't say ninja, but bro, Myra be tripping. So they can't say ninja, but you can say Uncle Tom. Make it make sense, chat. You gotta make it make sense. These people, and this is what I be talking about. These people never get held accountable for anything.
While I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do. But we already know she's racist. And I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you, and I accept that, and we'll leave it there. Thank you all very much.
Oh, Lord. Okay, guys. That's the end of Piers Morgan. And sadly, guys, that is the end of today's show. We've been live for a very, very long time. I thank you guys so much for the super chats, for engaging in the chat today. We made it to over 150 likes today, guys. I know you guys missed the call-in show. I just know it, man. But this stuff costs money. So, you know, I'm trying to maintain everything, guys. And I really do love engaging with the chat. I do love engaging with you guys on YouTube Live and, you know, streaming and things like that. But I also do upload regular videos, you know, from day-to-day basis and things like that. But guys, if you guys support the First Amendment, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm never gonna tell nobody to not use any word. I don't care if it's ninja. I don't care if it's cracker. I don't care if it's, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, if you're stopping someone from saying something, then that's a violation of their First Amendment. We don't do that over here, okay? So, guys, make sure you please hit that like and subscribe button. I would really, 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 really appreciate it. This channel definitely needs to get out, guys. We need more baseness on YouTube. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? We need more baseness on YouTube. Yeah. Hey, Dave G, I can't read that, but I see you, bro. Trust me. But yeah, guys, 160 likes. We need one more like, you know. You know, and I'm also a conservative Republican, guys. I voted for Trump in 2020 and in 2024. So yeah, guys, we did a fabulous job today, guys. You gotta clap it up for yourselves. Clap it up for yourselves. If you guys are new, please, please, please hit that like and subscribe, guys. We have to get the algorithm up. We have to get the algorithm up, guys. But I will see you guys next time. And shout out Memphis too, man. You've been you solid. You real solid. Then I got the Memphis shirt on, so shout out you, bro. You know? Yes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. And if you guys want to see more, check out the channel, guys. This is my first time doing, this is my first time bringing my show back. We definitely did very, very, very good today. We had a debate. We had some support. So usual thing, you know. So yeah. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, real recognize real, brother. Do I have some on my teeth? Do I, Leland? I don't know. But yeah, guys. I'll see you guys later. And I'm out of here, guys. Peace.